Hey, what's going on? So this is going to be a very short video, okay, like most of them. No, but this is really short because I'm just really responding into what they talked about Obama. Yeah, I wrote on my hands, I don't wash until I'm finished the videos because I don't want to release, I don't want to relax in the bath. I want all that energy to sit inside of me. Obama was given the chance by the good Lord. You see, Christ, he connects an energy. He transforms information of goodness and love. And then we swear about him, Jesus Christ. I told you, we must call him Holy Moly because he's all about holes. Jesus is all about holes. It's the passages in life that the energy you go with. Okay? Just in brief, very, very small. Can you see this here? This is inside of here. I just took it out and designed it. You see that cross of Christ? You see the thing here? It's like holding a puppet, like Pinocchio. That's your communication. There's the X in your eye. This is the communication. And then what goes is a straight line goes through here, it patches over your nose. And then it comes out your mouth. Because if you talk, it goes up and down, right? It just doesn't go straight out. It can't. Because there's air in front of it. Okay? So that's why they say if you're talking too far away or too close. So what happens is this, if you really want to look at it. It's the same thing you see on the packages of card, one side and the other side. This is two hearts, one on top of each other, okay, but there's two sides, two different people. The spade and the heart together is one. I know it's the club, but the club is this. This is the club. This heart here, and this point over here. This is the stand. This is where the other element, this ball stands in your head. Call him spermatozoid 1. The treacherous thing they had on the Matrix. The spermatozoid that was inside of him. Well, we saw the silver and everything else, but we forgot. Okay. In reality, that couldn't be true. It had to be a spermatozoid. Why? Because we sweat and it can come out, but that metal piece can't actually come out. Now back to Obama. Okay. And they sing songs about niggers and everything in the world. But what's a nigger? Okay, the N is a passage letter. We take that away. I call it a digger. One who digs for gold. Okay, the gold is their love. Okay, the snig or the dig of the gur, Nigeria if you want to say. It's the goal of the game. Obama was put here and he wasn't made too black because then he would look like an apartheid of some sort. So they gave him the chance in this color. For all the other black people to come out there and say, hey man, we were slaves once. What, you're not going to show up? Didn't you see what the white man did to us? Cut off our toes and took our women away and slept with everybody? And you're not even standing up for your own kind? Is that an indecisive? That's a sissy. That's why I couldn't say it. It's just one big wussy and sissy. You're not afraid. Of course you're not afraid. You're afraid like hell. You're family man. You're a family man. Take care of your family. They're safe. Your family's safe. Who's going to come after you? The minute they come after you, we're all going to know. The whole public, we know if Obama disappears tomorrow, there's something wrong. Because we knew he had that love inside of him. So he cannot disappear. He has to be the one who stands up for us. If we came into this world as monkeys, and they say colored people are monkeys, well, let's go, Curious George. The last George was in there and he clowned around. Okay? You come out and be the good monkey. It's a time that we learn that what is actually truth and what is actually love in all situations. Why I am moving around is because I come out and I portray myself as one guy. I made this for Carey Price if he wants it. You know, it's all free, Carey Price, if you want to try this on. This represents all the nations of hockey from the green life, 1, 2, to the sun, the green grass, to the Holy Spirit goes right here because this is where the blood flow goes and the clarity. You see this color and this color. That's the Christ yellow and green. It goes all the way down to the bottom of your mouth. But if I'm having an indecision, I can come up with two eyes and go, oh my God, what did I say wrong? Obama, you're not wearing a mask, are you? What are you afraid of? Is it money? Somebody's going to come after you? Obama, you're safe. Obama, you are the safest man in this whole world. If you make the right decisions, regardless of what you might see happen or think might happen, it ain't going to happen for too long and everybody's going to be reunited. You are the one that has to pull the world together. I'm here to take off the wool from the people's eyes. Okay? But you're the one who's standing and who goes to Kansas City, the Wizard of Oz, in between Ohio, be at one end or the other one, right? Kansas City, get on that Highway 70, run down towards the 44. Which way do you want to go? You want to run down highway? Which way are you going? I drove truck in the States. I know all the highways. So, whatever highway you're going to take, I took it before. And I always had a different reason why I took a different highway. And it always went through my mind. So whoever's taking what highway, I'm going to tell you the deepest, honest truth, what's deeper into the highway you chose. And you might even not, and I'm never going to be right, because nobody's there to see themselves think. Mr. Obama, in all respect, why do I wear this hat? Okay, I'm wearing the hat of the real lines, okay? These are the real lines, these lines. These are the lines of truth, okay? Where's your truth? Why can't you stand up in front of the public? Why don't you run an online survey where you don't have to send people door to door? What are you doing? Wasting paper, wasting people's time. Let them go online. Make an announcement on the radio. One phone call to the next phone call. They write a bill out. You paid a bill. Finished. Now you start sending paper all around. No, we should have internet sites, okay? Just like they took away the antenna from the roof. Every house should have an internet. Some reason, somehow. It's not much to set up if they only use it for voting. You can pick one up for $300. And all those on welfare will buy one for everybody so they can have a vote. So maybe they won't be on anybody's well or anybody's fare because they won't have a will to leave. They won't have a well that's full. Their well is empty and they're still living. They're still able to go. This is all about Disneyland and Walt Disney, who they froze 100 years ago, but we didn't know anything about cryovacuum back then, yet they were able to freeze him. So the actuality of what? He might be writing this game right now. Maybe that's where I'm getting my thoughts from. And then again, I make everything up. I'm writing a book and everything means absolutely nothing if nobody ever takes anything serious. Mr. Obama, what are you scared of? George Bush, his father, the oil? Don't be worried about that. You should be worried about what's coming on in the next year and what's going to happen in the next 3 years. God's watching you. You're a very, very, very popular man in the eyes of God, my friend. God has got his eyes on you. Would you want to know who God is, just in case you say he's not my God? You're right. Your God is your God. He's whatever you think inside, whatever you want to think inside. However you want to think of him, it's all up to you. In this book, I just bring out scenarios. You make them up in your own head. You get into trouble in your own head. You ain't in trouble with me. I don't care what you do at the end, but I do care. Because whatever you choose is going to bring love to the population and the understanding that one man stood up against money. Well, put away $2 million and you'll live with $2 million for the rest of your life. Or maybe you'll make a better investment, because the minute you clear this up, God puts you on the highest pedestal you've ever been before. You'll be so high, you'll be higher than the moon, which is probably only about 5,000 miles away and less. The moon cannot be much higher than the depths of the ocean. That's the way it works in the system. You go up one level, you can go up 1.5 levels. You can go up 2.5 times the ocean if I'm right. I don't know exactly how the thing works. I just started on it the other day. So Obama, this is the way it goes. You're pissed in everybody's face. You let these guys put pepper spray. Now, in every single soldier, they think they did right because of 6 people. What 6 people in an office decided for the whole population, for the whole army to come out and put pepper spray? Joyeuse René Lévesque qui l'a amené le bonheur à tout le monde parce qu'il l'avait vu plus loin que nous autres. C'est un gars d'amour. He's a lover. René Lévesque was a lover. Why do I say that? Because he looked just like my grandfather. So I see deeper. My grandfather had a heart for everybody. He didn't leave anybody out, and it didn't matter what the money was. Now, it's your money. You don't have to give it away to anybody. But when you give, don't ask no questions, or ask questions to understand where it's going. And then just give $1, $2. You see, if this whole world, okay, if this whole world, let's say 3 billion people out of the whole world, had $5 for a donation a year, that's $15 billion. Now, a guy that has 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, he's giving $5 as a donation. Because it's not on our taxes. You see, our taxes are all wrong. They don't explain where the money's going, so we don't understand the system, so we're always against it. There's always a deeper story. Like I said, the government might be hiding the biggest secret in the world, which they already know about God and what's happening, but we have to go through these treacherous times just so we can learn. Imagine if we knew everything, like I've said before in many videos. Where are we going to go next? Well, we'd be into a new kind of evolution, and automatically, if you didn't foretell and you got 15 points on your license in this world, they ship you off to the last world, just like on your license on your car. You get 10 points, okay, you're on the wrong highway, you can't drive on these highways no more. Now you're doomed to drive the highway of the mounds. You know the mounds? This is like a baseball park where we are. We're just mounds of earth on top of pods, sitting in one of these that create the beaches. They just put sand all over here and you can't see this part. And, well, don't you know where that oil was spilled? Why don't you go take a better look where it was coming from, because it wasn't coming from anywhere. No matter what they did to create that, I made a design that was like this. Okay, I'm going to take this light off. I made a design like this. See the hole in it? You put it all the way through. Let me see how I do it. Let me see if I can do this. You put it through like this, further down in the pipe. And then all you do, like the light bulb thing, you turn it on, you clamp it in the back, and you drop the cap on it, and you close it. Boom. Step one. This can be step one or step two. The pressure is too high. Your thing is right on here. You can let the pressure go through all you want while you're putting it on. And then once it's on, you don't even have to turn it off. You can let it run. And you can set it up. So whatever they did out in BP, that's exactly what it was. It wasn't a PB, because if you remove one of the balls from the guys who set this up, it becomes a PP. And it was pissing all over the place. And what they call in French, par exprès. It was an express. It was an espresso. They did it purposely. Again, to turn our mind around. Excuse me, magnesium stearate. I can't read them all, but this is the most fantastic drink you can ever drink. I'm not selling this drink, and you can't even read the label, but this is what a pregnant woman would drink. Problem is, they're $3 a piece, $2.50 a piece. You got to decide now. Do I buy one of these, or do I get a pack of cigarettes? So we can't eat properly because we want to smoke. And like I said, I'm very lucky in the situation I am. Okay, we're going to end this right now. I did want to bring out a few words that if I had to start the next world over, there would be some words that I would remove from the dictionary. Okay? And I'd reinstate them in a new kind of dictionary where the word is known and it's singularized. Singularized, the word. It means it's one of its own definition. First word to be removed, wolf. Why? Because wolf and fox, the difference between the two counts is 11. And that's man 11. So when somebody says, hey wolf, and no, it's a fox, they're talking about somebody coming, a real person with a spirit. Okay? If it be number 10, it's somebody coming, but they know what the X is all about. So they don't have to say wolf and fox. Together, wolf and fox added up to 101 computer talk. So try and figure out whether I'm right or wrong. The numbers are right there and the meanings are right there. Even to fox 45. They even have the TV like that, Fox 5 or Fox 45. And fox has a 666 letter count. And the wolf is an 11. 5 and 6 is 30, plus 11 is 41. And that's where the Mediterranean is in Monopoly. So if I'm all wrong about all these things, I surely made a hell of a good game for it all to work out, even if no one really understands what I'm talking about half the time, which is one of my biggest problems. One of the next words is love. Love, dove, hover, whatever's close to love, those words have to be removed and changed. You can't have anything close to love. Then your heart, the earth, and certain other words to that. The other one is tender. There's no more tender meat at the supermarket, okay? They must change the name, because the only tender meat is your wife and yourself. You're the only meat that can be tender because your minds are so hard. So it stands up, but your nuts are still swinging. So you tell me what bell you tolled. The next word is kiss. You can say it's a bris. You can say it's a hiss. history and birth. Kiss. Tender. Sex. Man and sex must be eliminated. There is no sex. Because sex, if you wanted to do it upside down, 6 would be a 9. And you would say next. Next, sex. So, two complicated words that give the alpha omega feeling, but in actuality, there is no alpha omega about it because you keep bumping into each other. The 6 and the 9 only have one tail. You connect the tails, you go around, you come back, and you hit each other. Static on your floor, the electricity you feel, that's your 6 and 9. So you can't actually mix up sex with 6 because there's too many words that go with it. We'd rather say, next, please. Word no good. Another word we want to use is faux. Okay, faux, the sound, it actually means a fiend. It also means a mistake. It also a mistake, an error, and at the same time, FOE. Okay, just like in Fox. Okay, is a 665 letter count. So one is 6 with the 5, and the other is the 5 with the 6. Because if there's 3 letters, we take the center one, use it for the left, and we take the center one, use it for the right, and then we can use an expression who the center one was. Where did I get that term to do that? The Romans. Roman numerals, the way they used all the Roman numerals. God put this together to be an extreme game. Don't we go for extreme games? What do you say? Yeah, all in the same category. Right. Okay. You like the red cheeks tonight? Yeah. Santa Claus. I'm that little lady up at the top waiting. The next word is bien in French. It means good. But at the same time, you can say bilan, which also means your dossier, your file. At the same time, okay, if it's your file, it's now a vial or a violation or the vial of creation. So these words are too close together and they separate our thinking from what truth about what the actual words are. If you're going to say love, we know what you're talking about. But if you love like a dove, soft and tender that flies in the air, that goes along with it. So if you say dove, all of a sudden, you're singing a poem. You're making up your own poem because these words are singularized, okay, in this area. They're easier to find. What else is there to put in here? I still didn't do Albert Einstein, but now if we take the 3 6s, okay, if we take the 3 6s in the alphabet, the 6th letter is the F. 6 letters later is the L, okay, and then 5 letters later is the Q. Why didn't I go to the R? Because LMNOP understand? Each one is after it, so I can't use the R first because that's a 666. We'd have FLR, which is a flare, okay, because the R, it tells everything about the Messiah coming in. It tells his birth date, it tells where he's born, it tells whether or not if he goes to shul or not, it tells everything, obviously through my creation, but based on the same way I explain this. I put the Q because the Q is the passage, okay? The quasar mark with the 4 corners cut, the reason the Q is cut in one corner, it's cut in more than one corner. It must be cut in all corners, because every time you work, okay, you live inside the Q. You live in the bee's nest. Okay, did I design that? Anyways, you're in the bee's nest according to the blueprints. So you're in the bee's nest. So the Q has a tail at all the corners. So you can connect with all the corners because the corners are 1397 or 1937. Whatever it is, 1379, any combination of that, 1100, 1900, whatever you want to use, because those are the corner numbers. And those all belong to square out. God. Up here the 2, down here the 2, betas 1, 2, 3, 4. The cross. This part of the cross is the Christ energy. When beta creates this across here, she creates the E. You see the line on the front here, the bottom line, the top line, just made draw a line in the center, and you got an E, or a sliced 8. But the middle point of the E doesn't make it all across. So automatically, it's going to create, I think I might have the picture, I'm not sure. It creates the I letter, but it creates more than one I. It got to create at least 2 I's. Aye, aye, Captain. I hear you. It's the eye of our birth. When you turn them sideways, they're the H's. So we're going to leave it go by now. Let me see, did I have it in here? No, but I just like designing like this. No one has understood this yet. Here's a corner. There's the top, there's the side, and there's a point. 3, 6, 9, 12. Now we have to do it here because there's a dice that stands up over here. 3, 6, 9, 12. So because there's 3 marks per corner. The top side, the side, and the point that comes out. And if it's a square, well, you got the flat side, and you have this flat side is 2, and this flat side is 3, and this flat side is 4, plus the point is 5. That's why the passage is 5, because that's how it's broken down. Now I counted 24, right? Now the element that it's on is the world, the whole total thing, and the whole ball of wax is this. 3, 6, 9, 12. Total, 36. 63 birth of the Messiah. Why? It's 3 21s. Each world is a 7, 7, 7, 7. That's their average value. The reason the average value is a 7 is because if you look in the deck of cards and count the aces 1 all the way up to the king, it equals to 91. 7 by 13 is 91. Lucky number 13 in this scenario. I didn't finish this yet. I'm going to finish it after. And oh yes, it says real demons on it. It's a lemon thing. It says real demon. Figure that one out. With a leaf on top of the A. So it says a lemon. It's telling us a story. If you buy your fruits and everything, I might go this in another video, but for now, I appreciate it. One day we'll get to vote the way Rubik's Cube has taught us to vote. One day we'll be able to understand the radish. She's not so bad. Oh, strong.